What? WWE 2k19. Hello. Content. So I just wanted to show you. I've kind of focused on my universe mode for a while now. I've been working really hard at doing wrestlers and the ones that I've downloaded and giving them all of my personal ratings. I've got a system. It's halfway through yet. So it's kind of taken up a lot of my time. But in the middle of all of that, I had to stop just to have a bit of a break. And I've been really enjoying creating arenas for you guys, putting them online. And obviously, I'm now fast approaching a diamond rank, which is awesome. But I've still got 5 slots available for the next rank, which I hadn't actually prepared for. Because I was just going to stop, to be honest, with where I was at. And I was just going to focus on creating arenas for my own universe mode. With arenas that I don't think are that popular with fans. Like, whenever I've put them up in years gone by, they haven't been the most popular. And they're not really meant for you guys, if I'm honest. They're meant for me. I tried doing any of the WrestleMania arenas. Like, I'd love to make a couple of, like, the real classic arenas. And this year, with the visual concepts that you can see, kind of effect I could create if I did like some of my favorite WrestleManias. Now, I love WrestleMania 1 and 2. I know WrestleMania 3 is the best of the first three, but I still love the originality of, I mean, WrestleMania is the same age as me, so I'm like, that means a lot to me. I want to create that arena. I want to see if I make it as dark as it was and as dingy as it looked, because the cameras weren't as good, the production wasn't as good as it is today. No 4K back. I wanted to just have a go at it and see what I do, and that means I've still got some room available, but I wanted to just make some. So I'm going to show you what I've created. You can see them on the thumbnails at the bottom. So I've done WrestleMania, WrestleMania II, and WrestleMania 14. WrestleMania 14 because it's one that's close to my heart. It's the Attitude Era. It was in the heart of me growing up as a kid, and also my favorite wrestling time in the business. You know, growing up in my teens, loving wrestling. So it means a lot to me, and it was actually the only pay-per-view that I owned on like VHS. So I wanted to create WrestleMania 14. Anyway, we're going to jump in, and I'm going to show you around WrestleMania. And I'll explain how I've done this as well. I want to make it as easy for you guys to recreate in your own worlds. You can make your own arenas that look the same or similar. Now, what I've done, it's real simple. Nothing complicated about this. I think I'm hitting the side of the building at the moment because I've zoomed out too much. So what I've done is taken the contrast way up. I've put it to 100. I've literally set the contrast to 100. And what that does is brings these blacks to the fore, and it means that you can hardly see anything that isn't lit up, which means the ring itself actually looks lit up. And I don't mean lit like ghetto lit. I mean like it just looks lit up. And then you can see what that's done is that's actually made the ring itself look a lot better and a lot more accurate to how WrestleMania 1 looked. I can't get it any darker than this. If I add smoke and stuff or fog, it brightens the whole arena up. So here's WrestleMania 1. You can see I've added the WrestleMania logo to the entrance just so that you actually know that this is the WrestleMania arena, but I've done it really small, kept it nice and loose. There's no massive curtain because there wasn't in WrestleMania 1 or 2. So this is the arena, and it's like as authentic as I can get it from watching the network. There were no logos around on the ring aprons. It was, in fact, the fans were actually right by the ring. It was almost like a boxing ring setup, actually. So I've done it as well as I can to mimic it. I hope you like it. I've wrestled a match with Ric Flair, and I can't even remember who else it was. I think it was like Brutus the Barber Beefcake. But anyway, I wrestled a match with 2 oldies, and I really enjoyed it. It actually felt legit old watching it, and watching me play it. I was actually starting to do spots that they used to do back in the day. I was trying to do the whole Ric Flair taunt where he falls on the floor every 5 minutes on the outside of the ring, and I just loved it. It was a lot of fun, and it took me back to like being a kid watching WrestleMania for the first time. I didn't watch it live because it was the year I was born, but when I watched WrestleMania for the first time, I remember seeing how dark and dingy it was and just the old school look and feel. So that's WrestleMania 1. I hope you like that. Now I'm going to show you WrestleMania 2, which was the first one I created of the 3, funnily enough. I don't know why I did it in such a backwards way, but I went to the middle first and then backwards and then forwards again. So now, WrestleMania 2, it wasn't as dark, but it was still dark, so there's a bit of contrast. I've added contrast, as you can see, so the fans are a little bit harder to see outside of the ring. But then there's a little bit of fog added. You've got the WrestleMania 2 logo. Again, the logo wasn't there. There was just an entranceway. I mean, I think it was just an opening in curtains, to be honest, but I wanted to put it there just so it's branded. And then the ring is actually as accurate as I think it could be. I used the black patch behind the WrestleMania 2 logo, which is authentic for how the ring was. The only difference is that I had to use leather to get the blackness out on this material. So basically, when you do a material to back the logos, for some reason it's not very dark. It comes out like a charcoal or a grey. I didn't want that. The images that I watched on the network showed a very dark, very black cloth, and so the way that I mimicked it was to create leather, and everything else is the same, like the colours of the ring and all that stuff. It's all authentic to how it looked at the time. So that's WrestleMania 2. I hope you like that one. And then this one's more for the people. Like, this one resonates with me a lot more because I watched it live. I had it on VHS. Like, this was the event of the year for me, watching Stone Cold Steve Austin beat Shawn Michaels. And I will probably play this on a live video at some point just so that I can show off the arena. And also just sort of replay the match a little bit. Might have to get a Mike Tyson core. I don't really want to, but I might have to do that just so I can make him a manager perhaps. But here it is, WrestleMania 14. Now, to be honest, it was a clone of my King of the Ring 1998 arena, but I did make a couple of edits, obviously. I found the font for WrestleMania. Like, there's an actual font you can get. So I found that, got it, it was free. Used that on the ring apron. I've got my own WWF Attitude logo, so I've slapped that next to it. This is now my second created apron that I've ever made on the game. Obviously, I've put the ring announce tables next to the arena because they were there in this one. They weren't in WrestleMania 1 and 2. And then at the entranceway, I mean, I've just figured out this way of making the old school entranceway, sort of. It's just missing the ramp, you know? If it had the ramp at the bottom of that circle, just leading to the floor, it would look perfect. But it just had the WrestleMania logo. You've got the lights surrounding the entranceway. And the difference between this one and King of the Ring. King of the Ring was dead center to the ring. WrestleMania was obviously, it was actually more over here in the corner, but that was the furthest I could get because you can't rotate these Titantrons. That's something that I need WWE games to add to create an arena. I'd love them to add the ability to rotate the lighting, the monitors, whatever it is. Just allow us to rotate, man. Now, the other thing that I've noticed, and the other thing I wanted to mention, I've always wanted to see it on the game. In all of WF, like since they were little company, WF, WrestleMania, whatever, they used to have the drop banners from the ceiling and you could put the logo on them. You've never been able to customize that in WE games, and I've always felt a little bit like tears appear in my eyes when I think about it, because it's that last drop of authenticity that you could add that would really bring the nostalgia back. And there's 4 of them that hang from the ceilings. They're in the game anyway, so they actually add it to the arenas they make and put as default arenas. So I don't know why they're not letting us have the ability to add drop banners from the ceiling. It makes no sense to me. Also, if I'm going to create a Royal Rumble arena, I'd love to be able to actually drop my own WrestleMania logo so that you can have your WrestleMania logo instead of just the generic WrestleMania that they put on the game at the Royal Rumble. But apart from that, Everything's looking good. I love this arena. It looks just like it did. What amazed me about this arena is that I looked at I think it was WE2k16 or 17 when they did the Attitude Era Stone Cold Special Edition, and their WrestleMania 14 arena was actually incorrect. They had blue mats around the outside of the ring. Now, when I watched the pay-per-view back on the network, it was black mats. So I have no idea why they made such a big mistake on that, because it would have been so easy to just switch it out for the black mats that you see here. But that is as close to WrestleMania 14 as I could get. If anybody can do any better, please do it. I'd love to download it. But these are all going to be available whenever I get to my next set of downloads. And I'm just going to check, because I haven't even checked today. I usually sort of check in once a day just to see how my content is going. Okay, so I'm at 8,100. I've got about 2,000 downloads until my next rank. That's actually not that far away. I'm just going to be egotistic and selfish and show you the content that I've got so far, just so that you know what is actually mine and how much I've created for you already. So there's all these arenas from these different times. I've got a load of belts that you can download, Money in the Bank stuff. Not that that's popular and not that I care about the Money in the Bank, but I've done it anyway. And then you've got the shows. I've obviously created the shows for all the WrestleMania events. I've done it as authentically as I can. Today is a time for celebration because Ric Flair, his moveset has finally been downloaded. I have been saying on all my videos that I've talked about content creation, how much I love the moveset for Ric Flair in this game that I've made. And now finally one beautiful person on this planet has decided to give it a whirl and downloaded it. Thank you so much to whoever that is. I love you. I will send you chocolates in the post if you let me know who you are. So that's it. I've added a few more. I've added Eddie Guerrero's yesterday, Randy Savage and Jake the Snake. Jake has had a moveset download as well, which is really cool. So that's it. That's all of my downloads so far. I'm really thankful for the 8,000. I've said it so many times, I feel like it's just going to come across like I'm giving you a load of BS, but it really means a lot to me. And to see this many downloads this year, I'd set a lot of targets this year, and I've actually blown those targets out of the water. I didn't think after sort of, however, it's been about, what, 10 days since I've had the game, to have 8,000 downloads, almost 1,000 downloads a day since it's opened. I mean, I'm just like, man, this is crazy, and I'm happy about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show another video probably today, hopefully. I think I've got enough time to do it today. Just showing you a little bit of my universe mode, how that's coming along. But until then, enjoy the community creations. Keep downloading my content. I hope you're enjoying it. Another thing I want to say, if you don't like the videos on my channel, it's absolutely okay. Drop the thumb down. It's fine. But please let me know what you don't like. There is no point in being negative if you're not going to try and be constructive as well. I am all for criticism, but only when it's constructive. Just giving a thumbs down on a video doesn't help me understand what I'm doing wrong. And it means a lot to my ego to know, like, what don't you like about the video? And I want to make you guys happy with this content. As much as I want to enjoy it, I want you to enjoy it too. So let me know your thoughts. Comment, let me know, share it, tell people about what I'm creating, and let's get the word out there on some awesome stuff. Anyway, I hope you're liking it. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Sunday. If you're watching this in the week, I feel sorry for you. Just know that the weekend is never that far away. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you soon.